Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a car crash simulation using RBD Lab. To start, I'll create a proxy object. I'm adding a remesh modifier here to prepare the geometry. I'll play around with the voxel size to get the right level of detail. I think 0.05 is a good size for these assets. Once that's done, I'm heading over to the Scatter tab. I'm going to increase the density to about 95 or maybe even higher to get a more fractures. Now, let's confirm the fractures. In the output settings, I'm naming this collection Car Setup. I'll take a quick look around the viewport to make sure the model looks correct and the fracture patterns are appearing where they should. Once I'm happy with how the fractures look, I'll head over to the Physics tab and add a ground plane. I'm adjusting the position now so that it's just barely touching the wheels, giving us a solid surface for the simulation. Now head over to the RBD tab and apply rigid body to the entire collection. As you can see, the physics take over immediately and everything starts falling. To prevent that, I'm going to check this box here to keep the objects stationary until they are triggered. Next, click Update Scene, then select the metal softbox and update the scene once more. Now, I'm going to add a handler. This is a huge time saver for animations. Instead of having to animate every single piece separately, the handler allows us to animate all the pieces together as one unit. I'll set a keyframe at frame 15 in the timeline and set the interpolation to linear to ensure a smooth, constant movement for the crash. Now, head over to the Kinematics tab. I'm adding a keyframe at frame 15 to trigger the simulation. As you can see, the pieces fall apart at frame 15. To fix this, we'll add constraints. Think of a constraint as glue. It holds the fractured pieces together until the impact. To make the pieces react together, I'll calculate neighbors and then create constraints. I'll leave the settings at their default values and create the constraint directly from the collection. Switch to metal. Wait, it looks like we have a slight issue. Something isn't behaving right with the ground. Depending on your specific scene, don't be afraid to play with the settings. Nothing I show here is absolute, so feel free to explore and experiment. Now, I'm adding a cylinder to the scene that the car is going to collide with. I'll also create a ramp using a cube to give the car some airtime before the impact. Go to the Motion tab and add a rigid body, setting the type to passive. Let's play the simulation back. I'm just going to tweak a few settings here. Everything looks good now, so I'm going to bake the first 120 frames. Now let's head over to the Metal Soft tab. From here, you'll want to click on Metal Soft Deform. Voila! We've successfully made the proxy mesh deform. If you want the original high poly model to deform as well, you'll need to go to the modifier stack and switch the target there. This is because RBD Lab 1.6 now uses geometry nodes to drive the entire simulation, making it much more procedural and powerful. And that's it for the crash simulation. As you can see, the final result is looking really solid. The physics are natural, and the deformation feels impactful. We've covered everything from proxy setup and fractures to using the handler and MetalSoft tools in RBD Lab 1.6. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe to help us hit our next milestone. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.